You see this nigga? You see this nigga? This is what that boys finale was. Capital ass. Ass. Now that I got your attention, I just watched the boys finale with my girlfriend a few hours ago, and I immediately, well, not immediately, I had to get some boo-boo out my butt cheeks real quick and dump it into the toilet. But then after that, I had to come back out and make this damn video. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to stroke your cocky McSplocky Walkie. I'm not going to dig in your rectum. I'm going to grab you by your face and tell you straight up why I don't like this finale. So I actually made a whole list here. You feel me? I made a whole list about the stuff while I was on the toilet about why I was not really fond of it. So the main shit, let's just knock it out the way. The final fight with Homelander was way too quick, dude. We see that Homelander is in the White House and he's telling everybody that I am God. If you don't believe me, you're gonna die, right? And then Butcher and Kimiko, they bust in the room, and now it's time to fight Homelander. You know what I'm saying? And they're throwing hands and shit. They're throwing hands, and then all of a sudden, Ryan comes in, and then Ryan, he starts throwing hands. So it's a 3-on-1, right? It's a 3-on-1, and they're jumping Homelander, and then eventually Homelander gets his power zapped out of him because Kimiko has the powers of Soldier Boy now, at least with the nullification blast. So she blasts fucking Homelander, and you know he's out of Compound V. He's just a regular nigga now, and the whole world, because this is all live, the whole world sees him of being like a bitch, right? But before that blast happens, all the action leading up to it, like with Homelander and everybody else, that shit was literally like 5, maybe even 3 minutes, dude. That whole we built up this entire show just for this nigga to get damn near speed blitzed. Oh my fucking God, right? So it's like, what the, why? You know, it felt like that fight with Soldier Boy. I think it was it a season 2 finale or was it season 3 finale? I can't remember. But the fight with Soldier Boy and Butcher and everybody else at the top of Vault Tower was way longer than this. And it just felt like a better fight. I just spit again, my bad. But this one, again, it felt way too quick. And during that fight, I had a lot of issues with it. So remember how I said like Kimiko was in that fight and they're about to jump him? This bitch most of the time was just staring at this nigga like, oh, it's a blonde nigga. Whoa, it's fucking Homelander. I can see this nigga dick print. Wow. Bitch, he is the reason that Frenchie is dead. And the fact that she is just not going like crazy and not like throwing haymakers. Because remember, her brother got his neck just snapped in front of Stormfront, just completely blitzed in front of Stormfront. And then the next time she saw Stormfront, she was throwing the left, right, good nights. I'm talking, she was smacking that bitch like how chlamydia smacks porn stars. It's just mink, 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 mink. And then Andy came in, mink, 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 mink. And then Maeve came in, mink, mink, mink. They was jumping the shit out of her. But the whole point of me saying that, again, like Kimiko was just one in smoke. In this fight, if you go back, most of the time, Kimiko is just looking around. And to the point where Butcher's like, nigga, shoot this nigga. What are you doing? You know, just looking around like talking about Berlizzi. I make this joke all the time on my main page because it's so iconic to me. And he literally goes like, shoot the shit out of him, you know? So then when that happens, right? When that happens, she's trying to like channel her rage. And then there's like a 3-minute or 2-minute, I don't even know what to call it, moment where Ghost Frenchie pops out and it's like, Mon coeur, blast this nigga dick off. You know what I'm saying? He was talking to her like how LTG talks to his damn mods. Mods, crush this nigga's balls, please. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just walks up to her all calmly and stuff. I swear to God, I audibly laughed. I was like, what the hell is happening? You know what I mean? And I expect that. I'm a big anime fan, right? I'm a huge anime fan. Y'all see the fucking posters in the back. I watch a lot of anime. So I know that's a lot of things that happens in anime. You know what I'm saying? Especially in One Piece. Jesus. Where some character will have like this moment where they see their dead relative or someone that died, and then they use this power of love to start getting active. But, you know, we don't really ever see that with Kimiko. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we see her always try to protect Frenchie. But again, she's not just like standing around. She usually is just getting active. Like, come on. Oh my God. Anyways, so that happens. And then she's able to channel the blast and she blasts Homelander, which leads me into my next point. The power scaling. I know. Nobody likes power scaling. Power scaling is weird. But you have a superhero show, my nigga. When you have a superhero show and people have powers and they're trying to find a way to become stronger, you literally need to power scale, right? So one of the power scaling issues, again, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in like season 3, I swear to God, it had to be like season 3, where Soldier Boy and Butcher was originally fighting Homelander. They held down Homelander, right? I'm not going to say it's a prime Butcher, because that's when he had Kessler and he was really being evil. But Soldier Boy was back in the game. You know what I'm saying? He was holding down Butcher, or he was holding down Homelander. Butcher was holding down Homelander. And then Huey, when he had the V, was also holding down Homelander. So 3 niggas, 2 of them who are really strong, or 2 of them who are strong, and then one of them was really strong, Soldier Boy, who was able to compete with Homelander. They couldn't hold down Homelander in time, or I guess, yeah, for a long period of time, to where Soldier Boy, like, he couldn't blast Homelander in time, and Homelander manages to escape. But when Ryan comes into the fight, it's 2 niggas. It's Homelander, it's Butcher holding Homelander, not with his powers. He's just holding him with his regular fucking hands. Ryan is also holding Homelander with his hands. And I get it. Butcher, I'm messing up the names. Ryan is the son of Homelander, so he has the powers of that. But dude, if we want to go off of that, Soldier Boy was the father of Homelander, so why is he not being, like, just himself not able to hold down Homelander when Soldier Boy has also had training? Homelander has not been trained. Homelander is just a bully. Homelander is literally just a bully with power. Soldier Boy is an actual soldier that can fight. You know what I mean? So Ryan and Butcher are able to hold down Homelander to the point where he can get fucking blasted. It's like, what? Okay. So when that's all going on, mind you, Starlight has to fight, not O-Father, the Deep. The series dick rider. Every time the Deep saw Homelander, he's just like, oh, daddy, yes. Do you want the double stroke or do you want the singular? I'm all in. Yes. His whole purpose of the show was just, I'm a meat riding hoe so I can get fame. That's pretty much it. That's his whole character, right? But Annie, as soon as she sees the Deep, she tells the squad, like, I got this, y'all go on to Homelander. And she tackles the fuck out of the Deep and sends him flying, like, literally from the White House across the damn country or something into a beach. And then when she lands there, she starts whooping the hell out the Deep. Bitch, where was this at? Like, the entire show. Every single time Starlight was in a fight, every single time she was in a fight, she would do this. Like, she would just look at the enemies and I got some hair in my mouth. What the hell? She would look at the enemies and her eyes would light up, and then they would treat her like fodder. Like, if you go online, not just TikTok, but Twitter and YouTube, Annie is like one of the biggest frauds of the show, right? Because all she does, like her power, how she used it, she makes it seem like it is turbo ass. Like, hey, look at me, nigga. I'm gonna blind you. Shit, it's not working. What do we do? And then she gets her ass whooped every single time. Like literally, the last episode, the episode previous to this one, she was struggling to fight. What's his name? Doghound, the dude that was like his power is to sniff out whatever. She was struggling to fight him. But the Deep, Aquaman, essentially, she starts laying that pipe onto him. Like, bro, she whipped her metaphorical 12-inch out and slapped this man's face with it and was dangling him just from the top of the towers. Well, she wasn't literally dangling him, but you know what I'm saying? She was embarrassing him. And then she ends up getting him killed. She punched him into the ocean, and because the Deep is hated by all the sea animals for killing, what was it, like 1.3 billion of the fish? Everybody was targeting her or targeting him, and then yeah, the Deep dies. So that kind of blew me because it was like, where was this at the whole show? Essentially, where was this the entire show? Mind you, she did this on a beach. She wasn't around like a body of electricity. She was around a beach, a body of sand and water. The Deep's playing field, well, granted, he couldn't really use the fish, but still, like she was using her powers as like she was in her prime. So that didn't really make any sense to me. But where am I? I'm pulling up my notes right now. The fight with Homelander, power scaling issues. Let's see. Oh yeah, Homelander. When they're fighting and what's it called? When he, like, before he gets the V knocked out of him, we see, or really, let's just go back even further. When the beginning of the episode happens, he takes this dude, this random dude, to space. He walks into this dude, jumps up, and then comes back down. And what's his name? Old Father, this stupid looking ass religious figure. He's like, what'd you just do? Oh yeah, I just jumped up and took this man to space. So Homelander jumped up, went to space, and came back down within like 2 seconds, right? Within like 2 seconds. This whole fight, after like he started seeing everybody else jump in, he was trying to escape multiple times. He tried to escape multiple times. He couldn't. He got caught every single time. But what? Like, how is he not able to escape? Granted, I'm glad he didn't escape, because if Homelander would have survived and still had his powers, I would have been like this PC. I would have found a random kid outside and threw this shit right at his dome and then apologized to him, because overall the show is not that serious. But dude, how? Because when you see this nigga flying, right? When you usually see him just bow, he gone. In the room, he was trying to fly away, and it looked like the Invincible edits where this nigga was wobbling all over the fucking place. Like he throwing his hands in the air like he just don't care. Like, what are you talking about? Nigga, go! So they just randomly like nerfed him in that fight. But that was just like, oh my God. I didn't really like that at all. Okay. Then my next issue after, the power scaling that happened, Gen V as a whole, there was like no reason to watch Gen V. I feel so bad for everybody that sat down and watched Gen V as a whole. I binged the first season of Gen V when it first came out with my girlfriend, and it was a great show. And then we watched the first episode of the second season, or was watching it, and they changed around so much to the point where like we turned that shit off. It just didn't make sense. Marie was down to earth and was willing to literally put her life on the line to help her friends throughout the entire first season. She literally went into who I think it was Kate's mind to try and rescue her. And mind you, that could have been like an easy sewer slide mission. She could have died right there. but she was willing to do that, and her whole squad was willing to do that. Then the first episode, my bad, I slapped my mic. But then the first episode of the second season, after they got captured, she immediately betrays them and leaves them all to die. And it's like, I gotta escape. I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first, nigga. And then leaves. It was like, yeah, okay. We know the death of, I think his name was Chance Perdomo. Rest in peace to him. He played Andre. For the people that don't know, he was a major character in the show, but unfortunately he was killed in a motorcycle accident. Like an actual motorcycle accident. I'm not talking about in the show. He was killed in real life due to some like motorcycle accident or like a vehicle accident. And you can tell that messed up the entire script of the show because they had to change it around. But they changed it around horribly, in my opinion. So I didn't watch the rest of the second season. But I know a lot of people did watch the second season, and the whole point of the second season was to build up Marie's character even more to see if that she was like a contender to help stop Homelander. And then the first 7 minutes, 7 minutes is all it takes for me to fuck you. The first 7 minutes of the show, Marie and I think her name was Emma, and then the Jordan, right? For one, you don't even get introduced to Emma. You don't get introduced to Emma at all in this show. So if you didn't watch Gen V, you have no idea who this character is, right? Their whole mission is to drive some previous Homelander believers, because Homelander was literally trying to become God, and if you didn't believe in him, he was going to kill you. Those people was able to escape in the previous episode because of Starlight and MM. And Marie and the rest of the Gen V cast, all they do, they're in the last episode for like a minute. They drive these people to Canada, and that is it. They don't come back at all. They don't come back in the final fight. They don't try and stop Butcher at the end. They don't do nothing. That Gen V as a whole was literally a useless fucking side story then. I would be livid if I had to watch the second season of Gen V to know what's going on. And that's another thing too. Like when originally season 4 ended and Sam and Kate was working with Homelander, they're nowhere to be found. Like, again, they became like major villains in Gen V, but now they're gone. You don't even see Sam. I think you see Sam like one time. Sam and Kate maybe like one time in the show. And I don't even think it's in season 5. I think it's just the end of season 4. After that, they're gone. There was literally no reason at all to involve Gen V. Oh my God. I can't stress that enough of how much watching that show was just like a nothing burger for the main story. It's cool for its own series, but for the main series, no. So that sucks, right? Then let's see here. What else do I got? With Kimiko, after she blasts Homelander and they figure out, or they, Butcher handles his business. I'm gonna talk about that. The whole Homelander becoming normal scene. I'm gonna list my pros at the end of this video. I know it's probably late to say that, but I'm gonna list my pros at the end of this video. But Kimiko as a whole this season pissed me the hell off. So as you guys know, this season she was really talkative, but every sentence that she said, it sounded like me when I first learned how to cuss. She's always talking about this corn dog tastes like some damn some pussy that's been fucked by a yeast infected monster from Monster vs. Aliens. Bitch! What? What is that sentence? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And as if I walk around every day, man, I can't wait to go get some Five Guys, but I hope Five Guys doesn't taste like a burger that's been busted on with a side of baby semen. Nigga, what? Literally right after the fight. And the final fight with Homelander, they get back to their little shack and they're chilling. And MM hands Kimiko a cigar, and she smokes the cigar, and I put it in my notes. What did she say? She says, it tastes like dirty cock. Do old men like tasting dirty cock? do us all a favor. Shut the fuck up. Please, bro. Oh my God. This serious character, every time she spoke, it's like you want to put tape over her mouth. You know what I mean? Please shut up. Please. And that is nothing against Kimiko's actor. I think her name is Karen Fukuhara. There is nothing against her. She is a phenomenal actor. You know what I mean? But they kind of like butchered her character. They kind of butchered her character. And I really didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. My girlfriend didn't like that. She was laughing at it for like how bad the dialogue was. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Resident Evil dialogue better than this. And that says a lot because Resident Evil be having some doo-doo dialogue. But then again, it's kind of on purpose. I don't know. So, you know, I didn't like that. So Kimiko's kind of knocked out. Let me see what else. The power scaling is knocked out. Okay, this was, I guess this is kind of like a gripe with me. It's a small detail. Not really. I think it's kind of a major detail. So they're at the White House when all this takes place. And they know that Butcher and Huey is coming. And they have like no security at all. I don't think anybody realized that. Nigga, they have this one room where they play like this anti-soup sound. But the remaining soups in the boys, or in the like the boys' squad, so Starlight, Kimiko, and Butcher, they're taking like the bullets. They're blocking the bullets from Huey, MM, and yeah, you know what I mean? And then Ashley, thank God, that's one of my pros. She finally finds her humanity, stops dick riding Homelander, and it's like, I'm going all in. I'm going to go help these dudes because Homelander needs to die. This man is way too dangerous for anybody. Liberal, conservatives, black, white, Latino, like any type of person alive, he is just way too dangerous. So she goes and pretty much opens this secure door that allows the boys to escape. And then after like the boys encounter old father in the deep, there's like no security at all, dog. There's no big shootouts. There's no niggas with guns. This is the White House. This is the most protected, or for what we know, most protected place in America, or should be most secured place in America, right? And niggas are just, there is like nobody there. Now, granted, this finale was very, 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 very limited on time. You know what I mean? And it's just, like, you just don't have enough time to do everything. But dude, we already knew this was happening. They would go to the White House to fight Homelander. It was literally the last fucking poster that they put up. But, you know, not having anybody there, them kind of just being able to, hey, I'm going to walk right in and kill the fucking president. It's like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We still got the fight, see the fight with Homelander. And then for my very, very last thing, I did not like how MM's whole purpose of joining the boys just didn't really get resolved. So what I mean by that is Huey's purpose for joining the boys, A-Train killed his girlfriend. Okay, and he dealt with A-Train to the point to where he got respect for him after he died because A-Train finally redeemed himself and died a hero. So, boom, Huey got that knocked out. Butcher joined the boys because of Homelander, the worst soup in existence, right? And he handled his problem. Annie joined the boys because the Deep graped her, and then boom, now she's against the Seven. She's against all these evil soups. So boom, she's there. Kimiko, she's there. Well, she's there because Frenchie saved her, but also because Stormfront killed her brother. And, you know, that was something that really pushed her. So MM, something that was not just his trauma, but his family's trauma, wanting to deal with Soldier Boy, right? It was Soldier Boy and Vought. Vought is still up. Vought is still a running business with superheroes most likely being in it. And Soldier Boy got put in a cryo chamber. So that didn't really solve anything because, as we know, later down the road, in this universe, there's going to be another evil soup. And once they find out that Soldier Boy is still alive, they're going to want to use Soldier Boy, because that's all that a lot of soups really see him as, a weapon. And what do you want to do with the weapon? You want to use that bitch. You want to use a weapon like how Dante uses Royal Guard. That shit slaps. You know what I mean? So the fact that everybody else pretty much got their conclusion, but MM didn't, that pissed me off, because it was like, what was the point? Like, again, one of the most memorable things from MM was the fact that he came face to face with Soldier Boy, and he was knowing that he was probably going to die. It's not probably, he was going to die if he tried to fight Soldier Boy. He was ready to throw hands. He literally put down his weapons, put his hands up, and was about to just, I'm not going to say rock his shit. He was definitely going to get his asshole fucked. He was going to get fucked by Soldier Boy. But that's very commendable, because that shows, just like how Butcher, when he confronted Homelander all these times with no powers, it shows that that is his motivation. So now his main motivation, Soldier Boy, just out of the picture, and he's never returning. That sucks, right? But anyways, after all of that, let me finally list my pros, okay? My pros: Huey and Butcher's. My girlfriend is calling me. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Huey's and Butcher's ending, I really did like that. How Butcher kind of finally, I guess, kind of tapped into his evil side, because there was pretty much no reason to introduce Kessler, especially since in the end of season 4, Butcher was just like, I'm pretty much evil now, nigga. If y'all disobey me, y'all don't want to rock with me, okay, I'm gonna whip a damn tentacle out my spleen and I'm gonna slap the shit out you with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smack y'all like I'm pulling out my wee and I'm throwing it on your facey. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing it on your eyeballs, and I might just slap you and throw it in your jalooper. So seeing him kind of revert back to season 5, where, oh, now I'm all for the boys, you know what I'm saying, is kind of off-putting. But then at the end of the episode, he is going back to kind of that Kessler side, where he's about to genocide all soups. And Huey being introduced into the boys by Butcher, being the one to stop Butcher, and I'm not going to say put him to rest, because we all know he is burning in hell right now. Boy, Frenchie, Butcher, Homelander, all them niggas, they are burning like somebody cooking some damn ribs right now. Oh my God, they are lighting up in hell. But it is nice to see that Homelander, or Huey, was the one to end Butcher. And then after that, Huey, instead of joining the president and leading a team of soups, almost like Dispatch, shout out to that game. That game was really good. He was like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting up a business. He started an audio business, which he used to work for an audio business in season 1. Now he has his own thing, and him and Starlight, they're together, like they are together like that, because Huey got Starlight pregnant. So he's about to be a father. Starlight's about to be a mother. And then one of the most wholesome things, Huey wrapped it all back up to season 1 and named his kid Robin, after, you know, the same person that was murdered in front of him by A-Train in season 1 and led him to this entire story. And could you believe there was niggas on TikTok talking about some, oh my God, Huey really named his child after his ex? You bitch ass nigga. Y'all act like Robin got caught sucking A-Train off in the back of a damn video store. No, A-Train ran through her. And I'm not talking Jason Love Train with it. No, she got murdered. That was one of the most traumatizing things from Huey, or for Huey to experience. And obviously, I would hope to God, if you guys really do love somebody and they just got killed right in front of you, I would hope that you would keep some type of very important memento or memoir or do something to honor and remember that person, because y'all didn't end on like good or bad terms. You know what I mean? Y'all was good and y'all wasn't planning on ending. It just happened where they got killed in front of your eyes. So, oh my God, people on TikTok, this is why I don't go to TikTok to hear people's opinions. I go to YouTube. TikTok and Twitter got to be the worst places to hear somebody's opinions. Oh my God, bro. But I really did like that. I liked how MM, even though that he didn't resolve his issue with Soulja Boy or Vought, he finally got back into his family. He got remarried again, and he even adopted Ryan. Let me tell you guys right now, Ryan is going to be the second coming of 1900 Rugrat. He is about to grow up with so many black people, and he knows that his father, he knows that his new adoptive father, MM, was like that. You know what I'm saying? He was like that. So Ryan about to be posted up in Atlanta. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He about to be posed up. All the niggas finna respect Ryan. What's that one dude? No. I forgot that one white dude. I think he makes skits and stuff, but he's always posed up with like a bunch of black people, and it's a joke. I forgot what his name is, dude. Damn. But yeah, Ryan is about to be, he's cool with us, you know what I'm saying? We rock with Ryan because Ryan rock with us. So that's awesome to see. MM is finally a family man again. And I'm not going to say he doesn't have to worry about Vought because Soulja Boy is still out there, but his mind can be at ease a little bit more because Homelander is gone. Kimiko, I liked her conclusion. She's off in France where, you know, she wanted to live that life with Frenchie and finally calm down. And she even wanted to burn a doodle, and she got a doodle, a dog. So that's pretty nice to see. So I did kind of like everybody's conclusion. What is the other thing? I put in my notes. What I put in my notes. Give me 1 second. Ashley. I really like how Ashley kind of like grew a pair and finally just went against Homelander because it's been built up. She worked with A-Train. She was literally helping him out, get information. At the end of the day, like at some points you couldn't even tell if Ashley was just trying to be the deep and just meat ride Homelander for her own safety, or if she really wanted to do good. She was literally going back and forth with herself. The back of her head. She was going back and forth with the back of her head, by the way. Talking about some, we need to do this. No, we don't need to do this. We need to stay alive. Fuck you. You're just the back of my skull. You know what I'm saying? So finally seeing her able to just grow some balls. I hate to say that, but grow some balls and stand up against Homelander and help the team. Amazing. Granted, we seen her on the news and she just got like arrested and impeached, but hey, whatever. Sister Sage, I guess she did her point. She fulfilled her purpose and helped out, and she's stupid now. You know what I'm saying? By the way, the whole time this was all happening, she was turning up in Orlando. She was having the time of her life in Disney. So shout out to her because Disney World is hella fun. So, and then the last thing, I guess with Ryan, I did like how they finally brought Ryan back. I thought they was about to make Ryan just a nothing burger of a character because I think this is the only other episode that he was in. I think Ryan was only in 2 episodes out of this entire season. And he should have been way more involved. So bringing him back, and now he got his V fried out of him, pause. And he's just a regular dude now. It's cool. He can live a normal life. Now, that voice crack is crazy. Yeah, so that's it. I'm probably going to think about a lot more cons, like the pace. Oh, wait. No. I almost forgot. I didn't actually mention Homelander dying. I'm so glad that Homelander was able to get exposed in front of the world for how horrible he is, because oh my God, it pissed me off so bad how they used the Flight 37 video. Remember, them niggas used the Flight 37 video to like having that as a blackmail weapon. You feel me? Every single time back in like season 2, they were saying, hey, you do this, I drop this video, bitch ass nigga. Hey, you do this, I'm dropping this video. I got the post ready for Twitter right now. You drop this, I'm putting this on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was ready to expose that. And then they finally expose him. First episode of season 5. And everybody just played it off like it was nothing. Niggas said it was AI, and that is all. That's it. It's AI. Oh, okay, cool. Nigga, what? That's crazy. This was recorded live, dog, on a cellular device. This wasn't made in no program. This wasn't made by ChatGPT. This was right here. That video, this is 4K. How do they catch you in 4K? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't like how they played that off, but I'm glad to see that now live, so many people, or pretty much everyone around the world, saw Homelander for being this narcissistic and evil piece of shit. And finally, people were starting to change their minds. And then after he got his a V fried out of him and he just became a regular dude, seeing Homelander get completely humiliated was just amazing. Nigga was on his knees talking about, please, I'll suck your dick. Please don't kill me. Please, I'll eat your boo-boo. Then I'll say, I'll dig in your rectum. I'll put some whipped cream on your tip and do some shit you ain't never seen before. You know what I'm saying? I have you nutting and crying. I have you nutting and crying. And it was fun to see that, but that only lasted like a minute. And then Butcher killed him. And thank God they made it gruesome. So the Butcher put the crowbar through his forehead and then popped this shit off like a champagne bottle. So that was nice. But having that happen and then 30 minutes, having another 30 minutes of that episode. Again, I wish the fight lasted a lot longer. Having it be that short and not that long for a humiliation ritual after Homelander did all this stuff is crazy. Of course, there's still more answers that need to be answered, or more things that need to be answered. What are they going to do with the Homelander camps? You know what I mean? How do people see Starlight now? Do people see Starlight as a villain still? Do people see what? By the way, they see Starlight working. Starlight makes it obvious that she's working at the store with Huey. So the fact that the store is not always swarmed with either haters or lovers of Starlight is crazy. But yeah, overall, it was ass. The finale was ass, but I think it could have been worse. No, it definitely could have been worse. Thank God that Homelander didn't survive. People were telling me that I wouldn't mind if Homelander would survive. I will body slam you if I ever hear a stupid ass opinion like that again. The person that we built up this entire season to die eventually, if he didn't die, that would have been a problem. This would have made the show like a 2 out of 10. But overall, speaking of the show, the ending was ass. I think the final season was ass. But overall, the show is amazing. And I would still recommend it to anybody to watch, especially the first 4 seasons. That was peak. Now, go ahead and subscribe before I play with your booty cheeks and make them bitches clap louder than a Glock with a switch.